Welcome back to Miss Nanda's channel. I am doing today, I'm going to show you all how I do my batter, which is my whipped sugar scrub. I have my pan, my spatula. I have my knife right here to cut my butters. I'm using coconut butter. I have them in my little storage bags. And then I'm using shea butter. I have some white beeswax, Sentinel alcohol. I have organic coconut oil, jojoba oil, castor oil, vegetable glycerin. This is my preservative. I forgot the name of it. It starts with a PH. I think it's Phenol. I forgot the name of it. See, the name is off. I'm sorry. And then some vitamin E oil. So all of this I am mixed together to make my batter for my whipped sugar scrub. Shea butter, I'm using 100% organic, raw, unredefined butters. The coconut butter. Here it is right here. Coconut butter, 100% pure, organic, raw, unredefined. Coconut butter. Out the Sentinel alcohol. White beeswax. I used a little pedestal thing. Zero that out. Coconut oil. Zero it out. The castor oil. Jojoba oil. I always like to stir it up after I get finished mixing those products. Now my vitamin E and my preservative, it's going to go in there later after I have melted everything. I always put that in there last. I check my temperature and then I put it in there last. So I have my pan right here, which is going to make it's like a double boiler. I put a little bit of water in there, and this is the size pan that I use. And I always put my heat on number 2. You don't want it on too high, and you know, too low is okay, but I usually put it on between 1 and 2, and then I just watch it outside, you know, watch it as it goes. So I'm going to bring it over and sit it on top. And then this is, see, it makes it like a double boiler. And then it will melt everything down. And then I'll show you the consistency of the melting when it's finished. Okay? Hey, it's a different bowl because this is to my mixer because I forgot I'm going to have to mix it up, whip it up. So I had to change out my bowl to my mixing bowl from this bowl right here that I had everything into my mixing bowl. So it's going to, so I can mix everything together. I forgot about doing that. I usually do that, mix things in one bowl and then transfer it over to my mixing bowl. All right. Hey, I have finished melting everything down, the butters and the oils together. And I forgot to show you all that I've melted everything down. So I let it sit for probably about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I went ahead, I usually use any type of little wrap to put on top of it. So this is I think it's a saran wrap. I think it's what I got. But I went ahead and put that on here. And so I'm going to put it into the freezer and let it freeze, not totally freeze, okay? Let it get like just a little bit hard to where you can see like it's solid at the top, which I will show you when I'm taking it out of the freezer, okay? All right, y'all. It has finished kind of like getting a little hard at the top. You don't want it too hard, but you want it to where it's like, look like it's solid all the way. You know what I'm saying? Solid. So I'm going to show you a little bit. See how I'm going to take this into my room, into my oven. And you see I've cleaned up a little bit on my table. So I am going to take it off so you can see more of it, okay? And I'm gonna let it cool down, warm up just a little bit. I set my mixer up so I can do the whipping process. I got another glove because the gloves I had, it was really, really soggy. All right, so I'm getting ready to whip it. I put the attachment on. Let me put it down. All right. So I'm going to start it off slow. And that's how I'm whipping it, y'all. So I'm not going to actually keep this on so y'all can hear it. I'm going to do it off camera too. But I just want to show y'all that I'm going to whip it. And then also, once I whip it and I get it around, I do like to stop it for a little bit. Bring it back up. And then take around the sides of here to make sure everything gets whipped evenly. I don't need a whole lot. Vitamin E. I put about preservative. You don't have to use the preservative, but the preservative helps you, just in case for the water, so it won't do no mold or anything. So do this. And I'm getting ready to whip it off camera because I'm going to put it on at high speed. Okay? Thick and fluffy. Yeah, see? The texture and the color of it. See, it's getting a little more whipped than what it was and fluffier. And then also it has gotten a little lighter. Okay? So I'm going to whip it for about 10 more minutes and make sure everything is, let me put my gloves back on. And I'm going to make sure everything is good and whipped. Look at it. That is good whipped. All right, look at that whipped butter. Just did the base, so I'm going to show you what it looks like when I put it in my container that I've been using. And this container is really good. This is the container that I've been using. Actually, it's like a container that people use when they're doing their meal preps, because I do meal preps sometimes, but not all the time. And then here is my base that I have for my sugar scrub. And y'all, it is really fluffy. So let me show you. See, it's really creamy. It's real creamy. Real creamy. Okay? So, it's not hard or anything. It's real creamy in here, and it's set up really great. So, I'm going to, I don't know why I put that back on there. And then I'll measure out my sugar of how much sugar I'm going to use. All right. I just use some regular sugar. Just some regular sugar. So, I'm going to start out with I'm going to be adding more sugar into my base for my consistency, how I like it. Okay, how I like it. Then also, I will be adding my fragrance coffee grinds to go into my sugar. Okay, so I'm going to use that. And then also my fragrance, I'm using, it's called Snickerdoodle Latte. So I went ahead and measured that. Add a little bit of this coffee in here into my sugar. And see, it's making that color, if you can see the color. I love the consistency of this whipped sugar scrub. Whipped body sugar scrub. So let me show you the consistency. You see that? It's just, look at it. It's just so smooth. So smooth. I just love it. It just, and then when it gets to you, when some water on there, Oh my goodness. I know it's just going to feel so good afterwards. And if you're a coffee drinker or latte drinker, coffee lattes, you like snickerdoodle, this fragrance smells good. Actually, put them inside of these containers. I really like these containers. I get these containers from Amazon, and I really care, and I really like their containers. They have different sizes for their containers. Also, I do have this mason jar. You can also use mason jars for your containers and everything when you're wanting to put sugar scrubs in here or butters or anything. So I might use this too. I'm not for sure, but I'm going to try to fill these up first. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the scale. And I'm going to put at least 8 ounces in here. Sometimes I do. This is only 8 right here. Tell you all that I do sanitize with Lysol or disinfectant every time I actually do my body scrubs, any type of body scrubs, anything. I do sanitize, okay? And then I do use gloves. So this right here is my whipped body sugar scrub. And my website, y'all, is CherieBoutique.com, which will be linked in the description. Thank you, and have a nice day. All right.